One. Hi, folks. We are back. One tragic topic to touch on is that of agent safety. And coincidentally, September was Agent Safety Month. REVamp held a meeting, a mini summit, I would say, on agent safety. And we had a full house. Those brokers in attendance discussed their experiences, their offices, best practices, their policies, their procedures, and did not have a real firm consensus. I was shocked to learn that NAR, National Association of Realtors, does not have a policy in place. They have some guidelines, some ideas of what should take place. I learned that there are some apps on your phone. I learned that from personal contact with brokers afterwards and across the nation online that they still don't have these procedures firmly in place. The term Pop-Tart agent was not made up in the context of agent safety. It was made up in the context of dropping everything and popping up like a Pop-Tart and running out and showing a place. And that issue has many convoluted aspects to it. By that I mean there's fair housing issues. You have to make sure that whatever processes you put in place, they apply to everyone, regardless of race, creed, or color. There also have to do with far more pragmatic issues, which are those of buyer capability. And those are proving some of these people who are looking for homes to make sure that they're even capable. If they're not capable of buying or buying in that price range, why are they even there? Well, because this is such an important subject, and because REVamp does not want Beverly Carter, a lovely mother and grandmother in, I guess it was in the state of Arkansas, to have died in vain, we want to take this opportunity to assemble a bit of a consortium of high-minded and respected thought leaders to see what they do, what they think, therefore the best practices and therefore the professional standards. Best practice means what you do, professional standards what you think, regarding agent safety. And it's not just agent safety and physical harm, it's your client's safety as well. It's the safety and security of your family and your home. Prescription drugs in the bathroom should not be seen by people looking at homes. Where your kids sleep, which windows and doors are locked or unlocked, where your valuables are kept, or your 60-inch color screen should be not necessarily identified to anyone. So I really think that there's I don't want to touch in too many of the ideas, but some of the easy ones are show up at the buyer would meet the broker at the office, get ID, get the license plate. REVamp and its members and its fans will put together something for the review of NAR from New York State Association of Realtors, from other states, associations, and other heads of companies. There are a few aspects to it. Like I say, the safety, the security, the physical aspects, the financial aspects, and even the social aspects. I think a big part of this is education. I don't know that prospective buyers know that someone was recently killed, and that we've been told that over 100 agents have been killed since 2008. They have to understand that this is not an on-call business. This is not an emergency room. Just the way that you wouldn't go to your dentist on a Saturday morning with no appointment, or your accountant to meet you in a parking lot at 8 p.m., that wouldn't happen. That couldn't happen. They have to understand, and they're not going to understand unless they're told. And that means that the brokers have to tell the agents, and the agents have to tell the brokers, and the boards, and everyone have to do something. There needs to be a sea change along the lines of the security in planes after a 9/11 tragedy take place. Something big has to happen. I think we're at that point right now. I mean, it's both the public perception and the brokers' uniformity and standing together in unison, where they have to say that this is not going to be tolerated. We are not a target. We're not a target for violence. We're not a target for schemes and scams. And on a much related lesser basis, we're not going to have our time wasted, because our time is money, and our stock in trade is our advice and time. And we're not going to just, as a union, have looky-loos and others waste our time. I mean, there have to be agreements in place and understandings take place. And I know that the perception of buyers is, oh, I'll just go down the street and someone else would. Well, if they go down the street and nobody gives them this type of watered-down approach, then it should change that tide. I know REVamp's going to be at the forefront of putting some high hurdles to meet, and the challenges for those boards and brokers and associations to adopt them. So we reach out to the family and the association and the company with which Beverly Carter worked, and our only hope is that no one else suffers in any way from that type of tragic treatment brought upon her.